to the internet. Little tidal wave looking thing.
Where?
Little tidal wave looking thing.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm live. And
just wait. Just wait. Don't touch it.
Okay. Oops. Hello? Can anybody hear me?
There you go.
Hello, hello. Been live for like 30 seconds. Can't even tell. Let's see.
Once you're done, just restart it.
Okay.
Don't worry about anything that's open. Just restart it anyway.
Hi, everyone. Trying to see. Oh, it looks like the computer might have did something. Oh, Lord. It says I was live or not?
No, you're still live.
Okay.
You can go ahead and talk to them.
Hi, everyone. The camera's acting a little wonky.
It's not the camera, it's the computer.
Or the computer is acting a little wonky. Wonky. It is Mercury retrograde. We all know that. So that could be a reason why. I am trying to open up the live chat so that I can see it. Let me know how you guys are doing. What's going on with you guys? I miss you guys. I haven't gone live all week. And I try to make sure I go live at least every week. I know my husband's on my butt about it, okay? Not like that, but pause. Like that too. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I don't even know what Microsoft Edge is, but it's saying to close it. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this week's energy. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of threes, so I'll just take that as a sign that our guides are present with us. And hi, Erico Iris. Make sure you like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can't, if there's any issues during the live stream. You guys know I am open to you guys saying anything about like trying to make the live stream better. The audio is perfect. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, I was seeing a lot of threes just now. That made me pretty excited because I always pray to my guides before I do videos and stuff, asking them to be present during the videos. My cat is giving confirmation, talking about some meow in the background, so we're good. We're good. But let's see what this energy is. I'm excited. Oh my God, he's in a room with the baby and everything. About to wake him up. He better not. Let's see. What is the energy of this week? Wow. Okay, so I'm thinking that this past full moon that was yesterday on October 31st, which was also Halloween. Pretty cool, right? Full moon on Halloween. I think that is giving us this energy to really welcome in our true selves. And it's crazy because if you guys have been here for a while, you know that I am all about authentic selves and authentic path to purpose and all of that. And I think that this last full moon, it really recharged us in a way that is going to help us to be our true selves. So the first card that popped out is Shine Bright Like a Candle. It says, you will make it through this. I think that's funny because I think the exact full moon that just happened, it's actually about getting back on your feet and being able to basically shine bright as a person that you are and stepping into your power. And you guys know I'm all about personal power. Y'all know authentic selves and personal power. That is what I'm about. So this is pretty great. I think that we're really going to be able to step into our true selves this week, or at least identify who we are as individuals, and 111, and start manifesting the things that we want. You know, 111, start manifesting. I see that that number on the computer screen. Alright, so guys, go ahead and comment any questions that you have as well as I'm doing this weekly energy reading, so that if I am drawn to any of you, I can read that energy that you have, or you guys can even cash at me, which is in the description box. You can cash at me to read you any price, whatever you can afford. I'm really open to that. I also have personal readings. If you don't want to do one on YouTube, I have them on my website, linamysticoracle.com, so you can check that out. I also have merchandise, angel number merchandise, stickers, book bags, sweaters, everything, okay? Everything. Your girl got everything, all right? But the other card that popped out says, use your time well. So a lot of us at this time, we may be feeling like we're running out of time, which don't really think, you know, I'm running out of time. Think more, I've done a lot in the little time that I've had, and I have a lot of time to get done my biggest major goals. I have time for it. Make sure that you're not too hard on yourself and you're writing smaller goals, like literally stepping stone goals to that big major goal. So let's say that you want 1 million people on your YouTube channel. What little goals can you do leading up to that? Try to think of that. Maybe the little goal could be 100 watch hours on YouTube. Once you start reaching those little goals, you'll start to feel more ignited and more inspired towards your big goal. So make sure you're not just putting one big goal, you're putting major, you're putting a lot of small goals as well so that you can reach them and you feel inspired and motivated. I think a lot of us that we have big goals, we only look at that big goal and we think that's the end all be all. But it's not. There's a lot of stepping stones that we have to take to get to that big goal. So be patient with yourself. Uncertainty. Choose who you will become. Wow, it is a choice every day to be who you are. So make sure that you're choosing the best version of yourself. And if you feel like you've gotten lost along the way, it's a choice to choose to do better things and to be a more authentic you and a happier you, more at peace. I see follow your own good advice too, so I'm sensing that some of you who are watching this maybe have been helping a lot of people through whatever they may be going through. You've been having a lot of advice for other people, but it's funny because your life needs that same advice, maybe a little bit tweaked, but it needs a similar type of advice. So make sure that you're listening to that. When you think about what you're going through, think about what you tell other people. And this is so for me because I come on here all the time and I help you guys your trials and tribulations and stuff, and then I find myself going through something similar and I'm like, I can't just be preaching this, I gotta follow it too. Like the meditation, the mindfulness, all of that, I have to follow that because it really does help you. And a lot of the reason why I tell you guys the things that I do is because I went through things, and that is how I got through it, like the mindfulness and the positive affirmations and the positive manifestation, all of that stuff. I really experienced that stuff, and that's why I tell you to do it. But it's funny when you go through something else in your life, like you finally think that you're done, and then you go through something else in your life, and it's kind of similar. It's not the same cycle, but it's similar. You can use the same advice for it, and it's like I instantly forget because it's a new phase, and I'm like, why am I not doing what I used to get through this? Hi, Wendy, how are you? But anytime you've gone through something, think about the things that you did overcome, and think about how you can get through the new trials and tribulations with some of the old stuff that you learned. That's why we have a past. We don't have a past just to hold on to the negative stuff. We have a past so that we can learn from past behaviors and past experiences. Wendy says, I've been working on self-love lately. Ellie Mystical. Oh, Ellie Mystical. Okay. I got it together. I got myself together. She says, hey guys, hey. Wendy, yes, self-love is something serious. Even me as a healer, I'm constantly working on self-love. I think I really got to my zillet, which is like your highest point. I got to my highest point of self-love right before I had Zane, and then I became a mom, and I didn't really know my placement anymore, and I was like, oh, how do I find my self-love? And I'm still on that discovery. But no matter who you are, you're always going to be on a discovery to self-love, to be honest. Like you could get as high as you possibly ever can be, and then something may change. Like maybe your ears got a little bit bigger, and you're like, I don't know if I like this, and you're trying to get used to it. And maybe your job changed and now you don't feel as confident. But there's a lot of things that happen in your life, and you're kind of gonna have to find yourself again. I think that people think that you have to be the same person your whole life, and that's why people always call people fake. But the reality is, if you're not growing, there's an issue. If you're not changing, there is an issue. So change is inevitable, and it's always gonna happen, especially if you're becoming a better version of yourself. My dog is over here shuffling on the floor. You know that's right. Thank you, Ellie. Grounding. Wow. So we were just talking about grounding and mindfulness. Grounding is so important. So make sure that at this time during this week, you are grounding yourself, working on finding yourself. If that means going out for a drive by yourself and not always having to be around other people and sucking up other people's energy, that is very important. I myself am learning that. My son is still breastfed. He's 16 months, but he is still breastfed. So I'm kind of trying to learn how to, you know, still take my time to myself and step away from the people that I love so dearly. But it is very important that I step away so that I can find my own energy and my own personal power. So let's see what else we have. I love this Alice in Wonderland deck. It's Amber. I changed my channel name. You know, Amber, I thought that was you, but I wasn't sure. I was not sure. I think Amber has a channel called We Are One as well. I think that's Amber Baker, right? Got your name right? Oops, oops. Let's see. This week's energy. All right, guys. She said yes. You know, guys, I do try to get to know all of you. I really do. You guys are my family. You should share this with some of your friends too, so I can get to know some new people as well. So let's see. The energy of this week. So the big energy I'm getting is like Three of Spring. All of these cards pretty much came out together, but Three of Spring says plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. And there are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. So if you've been feeling like, oh my God, I'm not seeing any progress, just know that this week you're going to see something that's going to say you're making progress, you're making strides forward, and you're making good steps towards what you want in your life. Amber says, you're my favorite. Thank you. She makes me blush all the time. Stop it. Stop. King of Winter says, get advice from someone professional and objective, public speaking, unemotional relationships. So if there's something that you're trying to make progress towards and you know someone in your life that has already made that progress, reach out to them and see what opportunities they may have or what knowledge they may have. I think it's very important that we utilize all of our resources. We have a lot more resources than we think. Even when we go through hurtful experiences, we think that we're going through it alone, but the reality is if we let someone know that we know loves us, they can help us navigate through our trials and tribulations. And I think that's really cool because we always have this thing that we're alone, or we always think that we have to do things alone, but God provides people in our lives to help us navigate. And you don't really learn that until, I guess, you get older, or sometimes you get older and you think that you don't have anyone because the people that you thought you had weren't reliable. But the reality is there's always someone in your life, including God, your angels, literally the whole angelic realm is on your side. So reach out to the angelic realm, say, hi, I need some help. Can you provide some resources to me so that I can navigate my way through my life? Asking your angels for help is so important, and that's what I'm hearing. Maybe that's why I saw 333 as well, and I actually saw 4 3s. I'm thinking that we really need to reach out more when we need help. Like, if you need something and you might think that it's you shouldn't be asking for that, or you feel like, oh, I might not be grateful, work on your gratitude, of course. Like, say, I am grateful for the abundance that I do have, but also say to your angels when you pray and when you're really being open and honest with them, say, hey, can I get a little bit more? I need to pay this bill that's $1,000. I don't know if anybody gets a $1,000 bill. I mean, maybe rent, but I need to pay this $1,000. Can you send $1,000 to me by this date? Be honest, be upfront, and know that you can ask for what you want. You can ask for what you want, but also make sure that you're not going against God and your higher self's plan. Ascendant Masters are with you, 333. Yes, that is what that number means. It means that you have support from the angelic realm. Your guides, your angels, and Ascendant Masters are with you, supporting you towards your greatest good. And they definitely are asking you to ask them for help, because the reality is they can't just butt in whenever they want to, especially if they don't see it as something that's huge, like really, really big. But if, you're about to die and you're not supposed to die at that point, they may step in. But things like paying $100 bill, I don't know if they'll step in unless you'll ask them. Oh, wow. So we're talking about money, which is funny, because funny money. Rhyming accidentally. Okay. Ace of Autumn says, this week there will be some money coming in. Now, guys, me and my husband were having a conversation, and I think that a lot of the time when we hear such exciting cards, we think that it's going to be $1 million or something, like, oh my god, a windfall of money, I'm going to fall into $1 million. That's not really how it works. I want to explain to you that you will get some source of income this week. There's going to be some type of money that you may find on the ground. It could be $20, could be 10, could be 5, could be 1. All of us here are going to find some type of income this week. That could be payroll. I mean, who knows? But there's going to be some type of income. I do want to also say, if you're watching pick a card readings, guys, they may be hyping you up sometimes. And you may think like the best of the best. Like, oh my God, I'm going to be a king next week. But the reality is, it's not how it really works. You have to really put perspective into your life and see, you know, what kind of makes sense. Honestly, miracles don't always make sense when they happen. And you're like, how did this happen? Like when we paid rent that 1 month and we were like, I don't know how this money came. And to be honest, I don't know how it's going to happen this month either. But we're going to see. We're going to see, because miracles do happen. However, if you are watching a reading sometimes and you're hearing, oh, a windfall of money, like, I must be a prince next week, kind of try to, like, don't put yourself too high. Like, don't put your expectations so high, because you could be disappointed once you end up getting $5,000 instead of $1 million, and you're not looking at that $5,000 as a blessing, you know? So just be ready for whatever that blessing is, and be willing to look at the blessings that you're receiving after you hear that, because who knows, you know, you want to be grateful for that 5,000. If you imagine $1 million because you saw a windfall of money, and you don't think that 5,000 is a windfall of money, then you're gonna send ungratefulness to your angels and the divine, and that's you know, it's kind of hurtful, you know, because they work hard to get you what you want in your life. Amber says, I was surprised with a vehicle yesterday. Going 2 years without a vehicle, walking to the store every day, 2.5 miles one way with my 2 boys. Wow, Amber, you're amazing. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. That's big news. Everybody put like celebratory stuff in the comment section, because that's hype. Like, that's good. Wow, that's beautiful. That's such a blessing. You're welcome. But yeah, this card says a windfall of money, advice or assistance from others. So once again, could be $5. Who knows? It's still a windfall because it came out of nowhere, you know? Be grateful for it. Be grateful for even finding a penny. Like, oh my God, I found a penny and it's on heads. Like, I'm happy now. Because that's such a beautiful blessing. Find blessings in even the little things, guys, because there's still big blessings. You don't have to get those little things, but you still do get them. So be grateful. A very successful project, a happy change in your career. So things are starting to flow more this week. You may not see it with your eyes, but just know that God has the bigger picture, the divine has a bigger picture, and God is seeing everything fall into place. Now, I want to tell you that sometimes when things fall into place, and sometimes the things that you ask for may not happen the way that you want it to, could be seeming like it's falling apart. But I promise you that God has a plan and things are falling into place. Yes, Wendy. Hype her up. Yes, Joseph. Thumbs up. Let's see. Wow, so we're getting good news this week. We are all receiving good news this week. That is a blessing as well, because some of us have been going through it, you know, It's been a little difficult. It's been a little challenging. But this week, we're receiving good news. Confirmation. I'm seeing information about money. Literally information about money. My son just woke up. But I'm hearing something about money coming to you, or even hearing something about things finally being put into place for you. This could be if you've been trying to process something, it's finally being processed successfully. All of that good stuff. Hi, cutie. That's what my readings say to unexpected money. I can feed him honey. Can you put the camera up a little bit so it just gets my face? Hi, honey. Hi, baby. Say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. All right. It's up already?
Yep.
Guys, I am breastfeeding my son. So, but, yeah. So let's get back back into this. So we have news we're celebrating. I'm gonna turn that off. The music in the background. Thank you, honey. Yeah, it says news we're celebrating. Announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births. So congratulations for all of those that are celebrating great news. It does say birthdays, right? I'm seeing birthdays. Birthdays this week. Whose birthday is this week? Happy birthday. Let's see, graduations. Wow, people are graduating this week, which actually makes a lot of sense considering, am I showing, let me know if I'm showing anything, y'all. I don't think I am.
Yeah.
But, yeah, weddings happening, friends you cherish. So I see families coming together this week. Aw, happy birthday, Amber. I know it's coming up soon, but in case I don't go live on your birthday, happy birthday. Is that Scorpio? Is that Scorpio?
Yep.
November 21st?
Yeah,
I think so, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so maybe. Which is funny, because I think this week we're also stepping away from people who do not serve our best interests anymore. Like people who we just kind of keep around, but they're more so draining than fueling. So that's interesting that we're coming together with family and friends that we cherish. And then, we're also walking away from dishonest associations. That includes jobs that said they were going to pay you a certain amount, but they're not. Like, where's my money at? And then realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness. This is something serious. That is why it's so important that you pray that God's plan is put into action. It's so important that you pray that God's will is done, because you don't know what God can see. You don't have that image as big as God does. You can't see the bigger picture all the time. So if you're saying, I want a job at the government, and that's not your purpose, you may get that job at the government, but you may not be happy, So make sure that you're asking that God sends you a job that is best for you. God, send me the job that is best fitting for me. God, send me friends that are best fitting for me. God, don't send me Jacob. Send me the man that's best for me, okay? So stop praying for these specific things that you don't even know if you want. Now, if you know that you want it, be specific. It is so important to be specific. But ask God to send you in the direction that is best for you, okay? That'll help you to be happy. Let's see what the comments say. Cups, Scorpio, and Sag. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. I cut a ton of people out of my life. Yep, including family. Yep, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. I mean, I've had to block some people, and some of them are family. So we are always guided, says Amber. Yes, I agree. Keep expectation out of it. Exactly. That is so important, because when we hear these things about blessings, we're thinking like the biggest thing. And now I'm not saying it's not possible that you'll get the biggest thing, but it could take some time. But if you have the expectation that it's coming in a certain time, that biggest goal is coming in a certain amount of time, maybe you haven't learned all your lessons. And then when you ask for that, that's what gets crazy. You start going through a lot of issues in a short amount of time because you asked for that big goal within a short amount of time. And God is like, well, you have to learn all of these lessons before you reach that goal. And then now you're going through chaos and it's too much. So know that God has a plan. Ask God to put the plan into action. Let's see. Something that's not worth the effort. So a lot of us are finding out what's not what's not worth the effort this week. And that could be certain relationships. You're putting in a lot of effort into that relationship and nobody else is. This could even be family, guys. People don't realize that friends are normally more loyal because they chose you. Family didn't really specifically choose you. They're kind of blood related. But friends and these people, these strangers, will even support you more than some family will because they chose you. They choose you constantly. But family doesn't always choose you. So you have to understand that. Ego says the illusion of being trapped. So who's feeling trapped right now? Maybe financially trapped. Maybe trapped at their parents' house or trapped with someone in a relationship. There's a lot of trapped energy I'm feeling. even this, maybe it's the quarantine type of trapped energy. Like, oh, I'm ready to get out. Oh my goodness, I'm ready to get out of this home. I'm ready to get out of this house. Amber says to direct your energetic and your energy into evolving, and the rest will follow. Yes, I love that. Joseph says, allow yourself to be open to receive. Yes, that's a huge thing. Some people are not as open to receive abundance as they think they might be. Something that may not look like what you imagine. Yep, exactly. That's why it's so important that you ask God's will to be done, because you could be asking for something very small according to what God has planned for you. Placing too much importance on material items. So right now is the time to heal. Right now is the time to build yourself, and the money will follow. It'll follow. Getting caught up in fear and worry. So who's been worrying about something? Maybe you're fearful of entering your authentic path because you think it could be a little scary, or you're not sure who will accept you or support you in what you're doing. So be open to receiving and accepting your gift. Accept your gift. We all have these special gifts for a purpose. And a lot of the time our children end up having that gift as well. So if you don't learn how to embrace it, how will your child learn how to? I found myself when I was at the bottom, had nothing. That happens a lot. A lot of people find themselves, and even very true happiness, very authentic happiness, when they're at the bottom. Like, there's literally nowhere to go but up. It's very common. The good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of money. Borrowing wisely over paying a debt. This is crazy, because we keep getting these money cards. So I really see people coming into money from the government. Like Amber said, found abundance. Yeah, you could find money. I'm seeing a lot of random stuff, like random blessings happening. And I wonder if it's because Jupiter and Saturn are not in retrograde anymore. Interesting, because you're a lot more lucky now. So I'm seeing people literally finding money, or money reaching out to them this week. Literally this week, or this week is the start of the process. So that's good. So maybe you could be applying to a grant or something, and that's helping you to finally repay your debts. Or maybe you approve for a loan that you want, maybe a house loan or something. That's really good too. Amber said, I claim that. Yep, that's right. So you've done a lot of good. You guys have done a lot of good, and the good is coming back to you. You've probably been saying, nice guys finish last, or you've been feeling like nice guys finish last, and you're ready to start winning in your life. This is that time. This week is the start of that. What you doing? You say hi to everyone? I love you. Any advice for stepping into your power? Guys, I'm actually developing a course specifically designed for stepping into your personal power. So I don't have any advice right now, but I am going to put out a video, and I'll explain kind of an intro to it. And then if you guys want to buy the course or enter the course, then you can. I'm going to do a demo one that'll be a lot less expensive. I'm thinking around like somewhere around $50, or maybe a little bit less for the demo. So I'm excited about that. You just gave me that sign and synchronicity that I needed to create that course, because I've been working on it for a few weeks, and my guides keep saying, work on that course. People need to know how to step into their power. And then you just said that. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? Wow. And then I love how you have instead of the E for Joseph, you have the 3. That's my number. That's my number that my guides are like, I'm here with you. I'm supporting you. Cool. So, yes, be more open-minded to what that is exactly. Yep. Stare at a candle and meditate. That is actually a really powerful meditation to do on the full moon or the new moon. Is it the new moon? I don't know. All right. Let's see. Ask for help from others. All work and no play. So once again, this is asking your angels and guides for help. You can put the camera down so they can see the both of us. But ask for help from others, and all work and no play. So have a lot more fun now. Allow yourself to take proper breaks and to work when you need to work as well, and not be too hard on yourself you know, I feel this difficult energy where you're kind of being hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Zane's got a lot to say too. What you got to say? Huh? Yeah? Okay, cool. Being weighed down by too many responsibilities. I think that a lot of us are doing a lot right now, especially because of the quarantine. We feel like we're supposed to be doing so much, so we're trying to do a whole lot, but it's not really helping. It's actually setting us back. So make sure that you're stepping away from work when it's no longer time for work. Oh my God, my hair is all in my nose. But step away from work when it's not time to work, you know. When you're off work, step away. Oh, don't touch that. Don't touch that. What you doing? What you doing? Are you reading cards with me? Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Dancing, dancing, dancing. Hey. Dancing, dancing, dancing. Hey. 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 Hype him up. Hype him up. Hey. Hype him up. Hey. Hype him up. You not dancing no more? Okay.
You about to start tossing your cards.
We had to do an intermission. Dancing intermission. My son does the same thing. Oh. The moon. I love this, the moon card. I didn't even look at what it says yet. It's the fairy deck. But the moon definitely gives me... Joseph said, go crazy. The moon gives me this energy of, like, just step into your intuition. And I'm seeing a lot of ones for us. Manifest, manifest, manifest. What do you want? Finding out what you want is so important. So find out what you want, and if you're ready to go according to God's plan, because God's plan may not be anything like God's plan may not be anything like what you think it's gonna be. Because I told some of you guys that I was enrolled in school and I thought that was my path and everything. I'm getting back in school and everything, but I still was doing a lot. You want to take him, honey? I still was doing a lot of things that wasn't completely authentically me. I'm so sorry for you guys' ears. It's okay, baby.
Oh,
it's okay.
baby.
Oh, honey. Oh, poor kid. All right. Can you guys hear me, or is it Zane? I think they're in the bedroom. But, yeah, when I was in school, I was doing a lot of things, and I wasn't really doing them for me. I was doing them more so for, like, to feel more accepted by certain people in my life. And I think that is where ego was really stepping into my life more than spirit. And I think the reason why I basically got kicked out of school. It was weird. I was vice president of my class. I was an ambassador for, you know, the green movement. And I was in Lady of Radiance, which is kind of like a sorority, but it's not a sorority. Rudy, why are you in my duffel bag? My dog just got into my duffel bag. Weirdo. Anyway, I was doing a lot of things. It didn't really make sense. I had a 3.5 GPA. Actually, it was 3.6 GPA. And great grades, literally all of these positions. And I remember asking God, I was like, God, I still don't feel fulfilled. And I don't know why. I don't know why I don't feel fulfilled. Like, I keep signing on to all of these tasks that I can do in school. I'm vice president of my class. Like, I'm about to be president next year of my class. I keep winning these awards every semester that I didn't even try to be. You know, I didn't even try to get those awards, but I'm still being nominated, which is crazy because it's college, it's not high school. And I was just, you know, all those things were great for moments, but when it came down to spirit, I was not fulfilled. I was empty. And I didn't know why, so I was like, God, you know, I feel empty. I don't feel like I'm doing my purpose. What is my purpose? Can you show me? I lied to you not. The next day, I got a phone call, and it was like, hey, IRS is trying to get you to do this, that, and the third for your taxes. Couldn't get it back in time. And it was tragic. It was like, now I can't be enrolled in school anymore. Like, what do you mean I can't be in school anymore? Like, I want to get my psychology degree. What is going on? And a few weeks later, I tried to, give the paperwork, but it was too late, and nothing really worked out. It was weird how it happened. The school couldn't do anything. IRS had a deadline, and if I didn't reach it, then I wouldn't be enrolled in school that semester, and I couldn't go for the rest of the year because it was for that year. It was a lot, and I felt so out of place. So I started doing more of my singing career. Things fell into place a lot better for my singing career. I started doing my music videos and stuff, and it was going great. And then I was still like, God, something, I feel like I need more. And I saw a spirit running towards me, I guess needing help. And I was like, all right, this is getting weird. Like, what is going on? And then all of my flashbacks about how I knew I was psychic, but I never thought of the name psychic. I thought everybody could see the future. And I talked to somebody about it, and they were like, everybody can't see the future, And that's when I started to tap into my gifts. I was like, wow, I've been seeing spirits since I was way younger. Like, all of that started to come to my head, and I was like, wow, I'm a psychic medium. Like, what in the world? I started doing this stuff, and I'm like, wow, I feel fulfilled. Like, I feel like I literally, when I was in school, I felt like I was eating and my stomach was never full. That's like how the spirit felt. Like, as if you're trying to feed spirit, and now you feel more hungry. You're literally eating, and you're feeling more hungry as you're eating. And once I got into this psychic mediumship, helping people better their relationships in their life with their selves, with their children, with their spouse, all of that, with anyone in their life, that is when I realized this is the most fulfilling thing I've ever done in my life. And I think a lot of us have to step into that. It's not about, making other people proud. It's about filling up our spirit. When I had my first mediumship experience where I actually reached out to someone whose grandfather was talking to me, I had never felt anything like that in my life. And leading up to it, I was terrified. I was literally terrified. I was like, there's no way someone's grandfather is reaching out to me, and they live all the way in Missouri or somewhere that I've never been before, and you want me to reach out to this girl on Facebook? That is not happening. I was like, no. But then I thought about it. I was like, this is my chance. This is my chance to choose to be aligned. Yep, aligned with my soul. And it was the most fulfilling experience I ever had. So if you've been feeling fear, wow, guys, this is the top of the deck. It says, embrace your true purpose, begin a new adventure, and trust yourself. That's all I need to say. You see how aligned that is? I lied to you not. I felt so fearful. Considering what society says about mediumship and stuff, I never wanted to open myself up to it, but the moment that I did was when I felt like I was really eating. I was feeding my spirit, I was fueling my fire, my flame, and shining bright. And I remember glowing, literally feeling like I'm glowing or rising. Like, it was a weird experience. I just felt like I was rising. Like, I was literally hiring myself and hiring my vibrations. It was a very vibrational type experience. And I don't think I ever can go back. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Sometimes I do think about corporate world and stuff and making money from other things, because this currently hasn't paid my bills, which I'm hoping eventually it does, because I know that this is my true purpose. And in a way, I know that it will, because it's my true purpose. And I think the biggest thing is really saying I have faith in it. But even as a healer, I'm challenged by that too, having complete faith in my true purpose, because, girl got bills to pay, girl got a baby and a husband, okay? But, Amber says, girl, your breakthrough is coming. I really feel like it's close. And I think that sometimes when we really feel like giving up, because we're like, oh, it's been close for years, like, are we there yet? But sometimes it really is kind of a defeat, because you're like, I've got bills to pay, I've got things to do. When is this gonna happen? Because there is things that in this world that I have to take care of. So how is this spirituality gonna take care of those things? So if you've been asking that question, know that you will be blessed. Joseph says, this was needed. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. You know, I never know really what I'm going to talk about on here, guys, but I do ask that the divine guide me. Let's read these comments. That's where I am right now, says Joseph. Yeah, it happens, man. And then sometimes you reach your zenith and you know you're feeling like the man, you're feeling all good and everything, and then you go through this next spiritual awakening. You're like, what the hell? It happens, y'all. It is literally lesson after lesson in this world. And I think we think rich and famous is the end all be all, but it's not. Like, you're always going to be reaching for more. So make sure that you're reaching for your soul to be happy, not for you to have every material thing that you want or any of that, because it makes you empty. It does. It makes you empty. It makes you more and more hungry because you're not feeding your soul. So reach for the things that fuel you, that feed you and ignite you in your passion. Amber says we have a very similar past. That's crazy. Yeah, Amber, I feel a little connected to you, girl. I feel a little connected to you. Wow, I thought everyone could see what Yep, that is definitely what I felt. When your heart and soul become one, miracles hair rush. When you're more confident about being your true self, it's so important to be confident in your true self. Honestly, when you start following your soul purpose, confidence is right there. Like, when you finally step into your purpose, you have so much confidence because it's like, I am who I am. You're not searching for anything. You are who you are, and you accept that. Girl, your breakthrough is coming. Thank you so much. Learn how to fly on the way down. Oh my God, I love that. I think I just put that in one of my blogs. That's the thing. Like, when you fall, that is your time to learn how to fly. For real. It really is. But psychology is very related to healing. They may not be compatible. You know, the crazy thing is, when I went to school for psychology, I didn't realize that I was psychic. I knew I could see the future. I knew I could see people's, you know, kind of like auras and energy. And I thought it was normal. I swear I thought it was normal. And then I started talking to people about it more often. And they were like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, vibes was a real thing for me. Like, I just knew what vibes were naturally. I'm unemployed, have been with 2 boys, and I've literally been taken care of. I'm telling you, you have no idea how it's going to work out, but this universe is abundant and will provide, okay? I started my tarot and putting all my energy towards that, and I have been blessed. Yes, blessings. I love these stories that you guys are telling me. I love it. I love it. This has happened to me also. I always felt empty and like I didn't fit. I'm telling you, I went to school just because it was what society did. And that's the thing. It's your intention behind it. Because once you find your true purpose and you want to go to school, you know, after that, you're still being filled. You're still being fed, you know. But if you're going to school just because you think that someone else is going to give you this affirmation or appreciation or acknowledgement, that is when you're going to feel empty, because a lot of the time people will expect things from you and not even tell you thank you or great job. And you're like, well, why did I go? Like, the desire to connect with self. Oh, yes, it's so important. That's right. Abundance for me is knowledge. It is. It really is. Joseph says, what blog post was that? I'm going to be honest, I don't know, but I do think that it could be the Dragonfly article that I have on my website. But I think I was talking about it in a video too. I was like, when you fail and when you are like pushed onto another path, that is your time to learn something differently. That is your time to spread your wings, because you're not really going to spread your wings unless you have to. And I think that's kind of how our guides push us towards things. And I think that if you're going through anything in your life, your guides are saying you have enough strength to handle this. They're saying, we know that you do. You can overcome this. We know that you can. So you need to trust that you can overcome whatever thing that you're experiencing right now. In a world full of masks, it's a privilege to see a soul. That's true too. I don't even think people give much acknowledgement to souls. I think that's why a lot of people keep buying stuff all the time, because we're looking for fulfillment and we think that it's going to come from buying more things. And I think that a lot of people who have clutter specifically, they're dealing with a lot of emptiness because they feel like they need more, but they don't know what they need more of. And sometimes that's love, sometimes that's self-love, that could be giving love to others. Maybe they don't give enough to others. You know, that could be a thing of emptiness as well. The key is finding the purpose, but sometimes we have to go through trials and lessons before. Yep. To strengthen us and heal us from our wounds so that we are able to take our purpose and handle it. Exactly. You know, a lot of healers are people who were broken, and that's why if you go to my website, on the first page I have a little article about myself. It's called Healers Break to Heal, because we have to be broken in a lot of cases to help other people. That's why if you've had a traumatic past, you know that you're a healer in some way, shape, or form. You are a healer if you have a really traumatic past, like tragedies, you've experienced tragedies or witnessed them. You know that you're meant to be a healer because not everyone goes through tragedies. Not everyone even knows about tragedies. A lot of people don't even know what a tragedy is. Like, what is that word? Where does it come from? But guys, it's so important to feed your soul. And I'm starting to realize that more and more every day, because it doesn't matter if tomorrow, you know, if you're asking for money, let's say you're asking for money and tomorrow you're gifted $5,000. That's going to fill you up for maybe a week, you know, but you still have to feed your soul. Like, you're still going to feel some type of emptiness and always be looking for more, because the reality is you're always going to need more money. That's just a reality. You're always going to need more money. But if you constantly feed your soul, you can feed others, you can feed your children, your DNA line, and you feel fed. Like, you actually feel fed. But money goes away, guys. Just think about it. Money you literally get, and then you have to give it right after. Like, you literally have to give it right after. So how is that going to fill you up? Yes, I think you can only really put in someone's feet if you have experienced it. Yep. You can only really help someone, really help someone, if you've gone through something similar or you've heard a similar story and you know how they got through it. You have to be able to put your foot in other people's shoes and other people's lives as well. Legacy, baby. Yes, legacy is so important. I always get this card that says raising children wisely or something. And that makes me so happy, because it's not easy to raise kids. You know, you have to be very patient, and you have to put yourself aside sometimes, which is crazy because you actually have to put yourself first so that you can take care of your children. So something that I do every day is I try to tell myself that I am a patient mom. And I think that's so important, because not all parents are patient, and that really affects children, knowing that their parent is not patient with them, or that they can't come to their parent when they're struggling the most. So it's very important for me to be patient. That is something I actively work on every day. And some people may look at me like I'm crazy because my son is screaming across Walmart, even though we don't go to Walmart that often. But I could be in Walmart and he could be screaming like he's crazy. And he's pretty big. He looks like he's 2. So I'm just like, look, I'm being patient with him. I'm going to laugh, because what is the point in taking it so serious? Like, just laugh. Just enjoy life. You know, when he's screaming and stuff, just laugh. If you're experiencing a child acting crazy, you realize that there's not much you can do, especially if they're a baby, because they don't understand much. So why would you be so angry with them knowing they don't understand you? I think that's how we have to look at life, like a lot of the situations that we're in. What can we do? And what is the best possible thing that we can do? What is the most effective, more so, because me yelling at him is just gonna scare him, and then he's gonna be like, what the heck is going on? I have no idea what's going on. But me laughing is me releasing that stress. It's me welcoming in laughter and joy, you know, welcoming in release, almost, like, because there's no point of me being angry about it. There's nothing I can do about it. That's how we're able to relate. Yeah, legacy. That's right. I think that the best example that a child can have is seeing their parent following their true purpose. Yes, that is why it's so important to me and my husband to follow our true purpose. You know, sometimes we gotta pay the bills, like I've already said that, but It's so important for us to follow our true purpose because we don't want our children growing up suppressing their gifts and their abilities, their natural abilities, to fit into something that wasn't even designed for them. What you should said was healing for my soul. I think when you're happy, aligned with your soul, they will be happy. That's so true. Guys, you have no idea how true that is. That's really true because your children literally feed off of you. The people around you feed off of you. So how are you going to have a happy relationship with people in your life if you're not even happy? You don't know what happiness is. So you have to find that happiness within yourself. And a lot of that comes from stepping into your true purpose. Because you're always going to feel empty if you're not in your true purpose. So if you've been feeling empty and you don't know where that emptiness is coming from, if you can't smile for a day, like you haven't smiled all day, why is that? Is it because you're not fulfilling your true purpose? Is it because you don't think that happiness is real? You need to enter into yourself and ask yourself these questions so that you can figure out how to better your life. Because we're not meant to be here just to struggle. A lot of people think that we are. Like, oh, we're middle class. We're meant to be here so we could struggle and then the 1% can have everything. No, that's not that's not how it works. You can still be happy and not be making $1 million a year, okay? That's just going to create a chaotic environment. Exactly. That's why true purpose is so important. That's been my connection with my kids. Talking about the dragon, unicorns, and rainbows. Yes, I love it. I'm really open to a lot of things that Zane does. Mine is like smacking me and stuff. I really don't like that. But I don't get really mad at him or anything. I'm just like, Zane, that's not nice. Like, it's not nice. I try to teach him more so than just getting mad at him. I think that's really important for kids too. Guys, check out my Is Your Child an Empath video too for those of you who have children, because empaths are different types of kids. And you're going to have to be very understanding if you have an empath. I know that Zane is an empath because I've seen how he reacts to certain things. I know he's only one, but I still see him, and I can tell that he feeds off of energy. If he is in a space of someone being negative, even during movies, if he's watching a movie and they start getting mad, he starts yelling and smacking, and I'm like, what the heck? And then I look on TV and they're at war or something. So make sure that you're cautious about that. You may be an empath too if you start getting really depressed after drama TV shows or drama movies. I know that that's how I knew that I was an empath, because I would watch Vampire Diaries, which is one of my favorite shows. But I would watch Vampire Diaries when I didn't know I was an empath. And afterwards, I would be so depressed or so upset. And I'm like, what is this? Like, this is not mine. And that's the biggest thing about being an empath. Being able to look at yourself and say, I have no reason to be feeling this way. So why am I? And then realizing that it's not your anger. It's not your sadness, and kind of putting it aside. And protecting yourself. That's a big form of protecting yourself. You guys know I posted on here recently about realizing when something takes down your energy. That is how you're going to take control. Joseph was asking, how do you find, your personal power or step into your power? That is one way to step into your power, by realizing what lowers your vibrations or makes you feel less than who you are. That's been passed. He has a lot of energy. Aw. That's been passed down to my babies, runs deep within me. 222. Oh, I love 222. I absolutely love 222. I really love angel numbers. You guys have to know that because I post about them on here. But angel numbers, they're like straight up gangster, okay? Because they be like, look, you going through this and you just asked about it. Let me show you a number. I got you. Let me show you a number so that you can know that you can get through this. Our guides are constantly letting us know. I mean, even when you see numbers like 410 or 1210, and you guys got to comment your favorite number. I just saw 5353. But comment your favorite angel number, because I'm trying to do more angel number videos for you guys. Random ones too. I want to do real random ones like 1213 or 1143. 5052. Angel numbers are just numbers that you keep seeing over and over again. Like every day you keep seeing that number and you're like, what the heck does it mean? Why do I keep seeing this number? 1 2 3 4. I saw that one. I think I've been seeing 1, 2, 3, and that was a few weeks ago. But I do love research, guys. I am really, now that I think about it, because my husband was talking about science the other day, I really think I'm into science. Like, I'm obsessed with science. I love psychology. I love plants. I love seeing things grow. I love biology. I love all of that stuff. So I think I'm low key like a scientist. Okay. I'm a scientist. I'm not even psychic. I'm just a scientist. 17, 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 13. I'm in love with numbers. Me too. I love numbers and I hate math. I literally hate math. But I do love numbers. Science has to be probably my favorite subject. Science and reading. I don't really like geography and stuff like that. I don't even. You could be like, I live on the West Coast, and I'd be like, okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna ask you where exactly because I don't be knowing. I ain't stupid. I'm just not into it. Okay. Joseph 17, 17, 88 equals 16 equals 7. 7 is a lucky number. Very spiritual number too. Yep. All of these numbers are spiritual though. Every single one of the numbers that we see are very spiritual. You just gotta see how you're in tune with it. Sometimes it doesn't match our frequency. Maybe that's why you only see certain numbers sometimes. I just noticed that my monetization is not on. That's tragic. Yeah, I can. Wow. So, guys, what have you been up to this week? I want to have more of a personal conversation with all of you. What lessons have you been learning lately? What challenges have you encountered the last couple of weeks? I think that this next week there may be a couple of challenges. It's not going to be like a very challenging week. There could be a couple of challenges, but the crazy thing is there's a lot more blessings. So like I said earlier, there's going to be some money that we're coming into. Could be $5, could be $1. And I know you guys are like, don't even tell me if it's $1. But I'm just letting you know that as a collective, we are receiving some type of form of prosperity, and prosperity could come in a form of $1. You must learn gratitude though. The more grateful that you are, the more abundant you will be. Gratitude equals abundance. Gratitude equals abundance. Understanding that we live in a world of polarity. I've learned that you could be one choice away from abundance. Wow. Yeah. Explain that more, Amber. Explain that more. I wish I could let you go on live with me. OMG, Mercury retrograde has taken a toll on me. A lot of reflection. Yep. Mars is in retrograde too still. Keep that in mind. So until December, you're going to be going through a lot of reflection, a lot of anger probably too that you need to overcome. Those of you who are chill, laxing right now, you've done a lot of that spiritual work, but a lot of the time we still have spiritual work. So keep that in mind. And it's okay to still have spiritual work because we're always growing. And if you're not growing, there's a problem. Okay? Keep that in mind. Mercury retrograde has been trying to terrorize my technology though, okay? And I'm not really feeling that. It's been stopping emails from going through. My phone was glitching today. iPad glitching. I chose to not have anything to do with a certain person in my life, and it seems like right after I cut him out completely, I received my vehicle. Wow. So that's crazy. I wonder if that person would have used and abused your vehicle, and maybe that's why it was a choice away. Once I no longer had negativity in my energy. That's another thing. When you're around negative people, it really lowers your vibration. It really does. If you don't protect yourself, and even if you protect yourself, you only have that barrier for a certain amount of time. Eventually they'll start to get into that barrier and start affecting your energy. So if you're living with someone who's negative, complaining all the time, stay away from them as much as you can. I would definitely suggest speaking to them, praying before you enter their presence, because their bubble could be really heavy. I know there was someone in my life when I was younger, and they would walk through the door, and every time I would just feel this dark bubble. I didn't even understand energy, but I would feel this dark bubble. And they were almost offended all the time. They were like, why are you not happy to see me? And I'm like, I don't know. I really didn't know. It wasn't a choice. It was just I felt this dark bubble, and it was so draining. It was like I didn't even know they entered. Sometimes I didn't even know they came through the door. But as soon as they were there, I could feel this dark presence, it was just like, I'm tired, I'm hungry, like I just feel drained, I need to be recharged. And it's very common. It's very common. He was blocking me from receiving. That's a real thing. A lot of people in your life can block you from receiving. Sometimes you'll get blessings in your life because you broke up with someone or because you left a toxic relationship. That could be with family members. Maybe you got blessed right after you moved out from someone who was very, energetically just chaotic. And as healers, we have to be mindful of what enters our energy, enters our bubble. Yes. So I do want to talk about the people who are kind of, I don't want to say trapped, but they do have to withstand a certain amount of time with someone. Keep that countdown in mind. So if you know that you're going to be working with someone or staying with someone who is negative, keep that countdown in mind so that it can motivate you. And remember to work twice as hard on your mindfulness. That is what's going to help you, because that power that you find in yourself and that vibration that you hire, it could be so powerful that the other person starts to suck up that energy as well, and they become more positive. So that's very beautiful. So keep working hard towards your mindfulness and be strict on yourself, because you don't realize how much negative energy you're picking up. So be strict on yourself about practicing mindfulness, especially during times that are difficult for you or being around people that are much more negative than you. Wendy says, how can we get rid of blockages in order for abundance or manifestations to come in? I think the biggest step is realizing that it's possible. Realizing that miracles do happen and realizing that you deserve abundance. So if there's something that you're doing, let's say that you work for a business that you created yourself and you're like, oh, most people don't succeed until 10 years after they started their business, or most businesses don't succeed at all. Only 90% make it 2 years in their business or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That is keeping you away from receiving your abundance, because you're already saying what I'm putting effort in isn't worth money. It isn't worth it. And that is why when people are like, girl, you should do your readings for free, I'm like, that's what you think my readings are worth? Because I don't. You must know that whatever you're giving, whatever you're doing, even if you're working in the corporate industry or the government or whatever, you must know that what you're doing is worth the pay that you want. You must know that it's worth it. Is meditating or listening to subliminals a good way? You know what? Subliminals are really good. Really, really good. I actually have an abundance one on here, a manifestation one. Hi, Megan. How are you? I have an abundance one on here if you guys want to listen to it. I think it's really good to listen to positive affirmations every day. I can personally say it changed my life. For the time that I was doing it, it changed my life, because I was saying those things all throughout the day, and I felt that energy, and I could feel my vibrations higher. It was every morning around like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I would get in the car, go to base, and listen to those positive affirmations. I think I was pregnant at the time. Or I would have to drop off my husband or something, and I would listen to these affirmations, and I would see the birds flying and people walking their dogs and random animals and stuff, and I would be so happy in my own little world. I was literally Alice in Wonderland, but like the good type of Wonderland. And I think it higher your vibes, and I think that is really good for welcoming in abundance. I think another thing is, a lot of people think you have to work very hard for money. I think that you should say that you're worth abundance more so than saying I'm gonna have to work real hard to get $15 for just 1 hour. That may not be enough for your bills. So start saying that you welcome in abundance and you welcome in prosperity, and you deserve, say, I deserve abundance and prosperity in my life. So yes, I do think that meditating is a great way. And I think that listening to subliminals, I would start off with subliminals if you already don't meditate, because when you meditate, you could be kind of like thinking negatively. It is a great practice to learn how to think positively while manifesting and doing meditation. But I think you should also listen to subliminals if you've never done meditation before, or if you think that you're not good at it. Wendy, step back and see who truly wants to see you happy. See who doesn't, then cut them loose. Okay. Seeks acceptation. Oh, acceptation. Are you saying self-acceptance? OMG, my fingers, self-love. I'm good. It's been a beautiful, crazy full moon weekend, hasn't it? Man, I felt that energy yesterday. It made me really intuitive. How many of you felt really intuitive yesterday? Because I had just left my parents' house because we did like Halloween decor and stuff, carving pumpkins together. And I left their house to come home. And I had already been home for like 30 minutes. But randomly, while I'm watching this movie with my husband, I start hearing in my head, call your mom, she wants to know that you're home. So I pick up my phone, I unlock it, and then I see her calling, and I'm like, no way. I pick up the phone to my ear. She's like, hey, are you home yet? I was like, bro, this full moon is wild, okay? And then right after that, I'm about to text her about some fireworks that I heard, and then she texts me. She's like, I think I just heard gunshots. And I was like, no, those are fireworks. This is wild. Like, we're on point. It was crazy. I am affirmations. Yes, those are powerful. Hi, Asta. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, you know. Amber says, my favorite movie is Alice in Wonderland. That's one of my favorites, too. I don't have a favorite movie. I have, like, a top 100, okay? There's no... And they're all, like, on the same line. So it would have to be like this. Not listed as 1 to 100, but it would all have to be on the same line. I am abundant. Yes. I just watched Billy Manor. Don't know who that is. Yes, like, my gut has been crazy accurate. Yes, this full moon is powerful, guys. I really think it's a great time to release anything. I think that any full moon is a great time to release. But I think that this one is, like, I release fear. I release not thinking that I'm capable or thinking that I'm not worth something. I am worth the best, okay? And this new moon, I feel is even stronger, and it's saying, welcome in all of this greatness that you want into your life. And the moon was the first card in the Celtic cross. Crazy. Yeah, I actually just got the moon card in here, too. I didn't even read it, but I felt this energy of intuition. I was just saying that earlier in this reading. I think our intuition is going to be very powerful this week. Amber says, very intuitive yesterday. Yep. I had to leave, guys. I have to leave, guys. Sending you all love and light. Love you, Lina. Love you too, Amber. I release resentment in some way. Guys, you know, release is not... Okay, I don't want to say it's not so easy, but it's not always easy. I remember trying to release something in my past and trying to burn the paper that I wrote it on, and it was not burning. Me and my husband were like, what the heck is going on? Like, the paper was not burning, and I was like, okay, maybe because this happened, you know, I've been doing 16 years of healing from it. Maybe that's why this paper is not going to burn that easy, because there's a lot more healing that I have to do. So if you've been doing like a little bit, you know, be accepting of that. Say, I can only take one step at a time. Be accepting of that. But if you know that you have room to do more healing, open that doorway and say, I'm ready for that. This is that perfect time to say, I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to take all of the steps that I need to release things in my life that no longer serve me. What else have you guys been going through? I really do miss you guys. Oh, wow. I just remember today is 11/1, so it's 111. I do keep saying that number lately. Won't be another until 2044 or 2041. Woof. Was that the blue moon? Was it a blue moon that just happened? Blue moon on Halloween. Crazy. I don't think I've seen a full moon on Halloween. I didn't even go outside to see this last one, but I definitely did feel the energy. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I love the moon, but if I'm not outside, I'm not going out there to go look at it. It's cold. It's cold right now. It ain't happening. I'm not like a moon obsessed person. I do love the moon. Had to get my Moonology deck, but I am definitely not gonna go outside and go look for it. Aww. Guys, keep talking to me, because in like 10 minutes, I'm gonna go love up on my son and my husband, okay? I think I am going live tomorrow, by the way. It is gonna be Mystic Mondays, so I should be live tomorrow. Expect powerful change. Wow, so this week, guys, is so exciting because there's gonna be some powerful change going on. It's actually been a lead up happening. I felt this lead up for like 3 weeks. And it's kind of crazy because I've been feeling this lead up of crazy things happening, like crazy miracles happening, things you didn't expect, dream lives coming to fruition, and but dream lives coming to fruition. And this past week, my husband actually got a call back about something that he was interested in, and that was going to Full Sail University. So congratulate him. Go to I Am Morning Show on YouTube and say congratulations, Zoe, because he just got into Full Sail University and is completely covered, free for him, total equal free, okay? And I'm really proud of him. He's been working very, very hard to start following his purpose, and I'm just glad that he is stepping into himself and things that he deserves too, you know? But yeah, expect powerful change. Arco Iris says congrats. He's actually back here with my son. But expect powerful change this week. So who knows how things are going to work out, but they are going to work out. This is confirmation. This is literally 555 right in your face. Like, did you think I wouldn't come through? Says the divine. And then you're like, kinda, you know, it was a little sus. It was a little suspect, okay? I wasn't sure. But the divine is like, don't, like, have faith in me, okay? Okay? Have faith in me because I come through. It's time to take action. So if there's been something that you need to do, like if you know you're going to college this year and you know the FAFSA is open for you to do the FAFSA. Like, get it done, okay? Get it done. Because first come, first serve, all right? First come, first serve. So it's time to take action. Start taking steps towards your goals. Get more organized and write down how you want things to look, but also ask God to be present in your goals and bringing you close to your goals. Blue moon, super moon, and Halloween. God damn. That was a lot. That was a lot. Yeah, Halloween was out of control yesterday. Zane was a little pumpkin. Let me know if you guys want me to post a picture on here. He was a pumpkin. If you follow our family channel, Nezo Journeys, NEZOJOURNEYS, then you can see the pictures of him. I'll put it in here. We just post a lot of family stuff, and you can get to know me on a more personal level if you want to as well. That's on YouTube, and it's on Instagram that you can follow. I'm also on, Lina Mystic 1, which is my spiritual one. And I post about all things pretty much spiritual, crystals that you should get, what crystals do for you, and all of that. The last card I got for this week is communication is key, which is funny because Mercury is in retrograde and it definitely affects communication. So any texts that you're sending, make sure that you read them and then you send. And any text that you receive, make sure you're not perceiving a certain tone that isn't real. And be open to asking someone, is this what you meant? Is this how you meant to say it? Because you be ready to pop off, but like they didn't say it that way. They weren't trying to say it that way, and they didn't even have that tone that you thought that they did. Because I know that's happened a couple of times recently for me. I'm like, are you challenging me? And I get a little cray-cray. And then I'm like, I don't need to be cray-cray because there's no purpose of that. I'm trying to work on my relationship with money. Yeah, money and humans are just, we're all trying to figure it out. Money relationships can be very unhealthy, or not even very unhealthy, but just kind of unbalanced. I think we're all trying to figure out our relationship with money. We want to make sure we have more coming in than going out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, though. And if you guys want to see me live tomorrow, let me know what you want me to say on here. Let me know what videos you guys want. I see some of these angel numbers that you guys have listed, so I'm going to make sure I get to those. But I'm going to go ahead and spend time with my family. I love you guys so much. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. And I will see you in another video.